Have you ever put out a message to your community only to find out that it didn't connect with anyone? Or worse, everyone in the community or for the demographic for which that message was targeted, the message didn't connect. When the people received the message, it was completely misunderstood. Or you tried to initiate an effort on behalf of a certain population in your community and you weren't able to connect with the people who needed the effort that you were doing, the outreach, or maybe it was a social program that would help single mothers, or maybe it would help, maybe there was a child development program, or some other marriage or family strength program that you're putting out into your community, and there's a large demographic of people who need that information, and English is not their native tongue, and you need to connect with them, but you're simply not hitting the mark. This is something that we hear from districts and agencies all the time. And it's not like you don't want to do the work. You're doing the actual work. You have the skills to give them the information that they need, but some of the families in your community still feel left out, unintentionally. And internally, your staff wants to connect with the people, but they're not able to because of the varying cultural dynamics between either their culture and the culture they're trying to reach, or the different cultures within your communities that have to be communicated with in different ways. And they have completely different perspectives or worldviews on the outreach or the mission or the lifestyle improvement or the social program that you're trying to reach them with. And the problem is, no one really trained you for this. No one trained you for how to be able to see something from that worldview and then be able to interpret the message. And you're writing and you're doing the outreaches and you're trying to connect with them in your community, but it's simply not working. No one's engaging. No one seems to really care. And the reality is, so many of those people need the exact service or the exact outreach that you're trying to give them, but we're not communicating or connecting with them in a way that actually helps them to receive that message, interpret it through their worldview in an acceptable and productive way, and then respond to that outreach in a way that allows that help that you're trying to give them to be fully utilized and brought into their community. And that's where Taika shines, our company, our team, because for over 14 years, we've helped organizations just like yours throughout the United States communicate with populations in their communities that don't speak English and that have a different worldview and that need to receive the message in a different way. And that ranges from municipalities to state agencies to city offices and even school districts. And for that matter, we've done a lot of work in the federal space as well. And that's what prompted us to create this practical and high impact cultural awareness training, specifically designed for school districts, municipalities, state and federal teams to connect with their target audiences. So the training starts with a communication assessment, an assessment of the population and demographics in your local community. After that, we follow up with an online session tailored to meet the needs and realities of that community. When we're done with that, we follow up with a review to help your team continue to grow long after we leave, where we teach you and your team how to do the following: how to identify hidden barriers in multilingual and multicultural connection and communication. We work with you to create simple frameworks of communication to connect with families across cultures and languages. Next, we help you to communicate clearly with these communities without solely relying on the need for translation or interpretation. After that, we help you to introduce strategies into your workflow to help not overwhelm your bilingual staff with overwhelming workloads. And as we work through each of these, we provide practical scripts and role plays to help with each of these real-world interactions. So this is not simply a lecture. This is hands-on, scenario-based training, and it's built around your specific community's needs. As a result of this training, it will completely shift how your team serves and connects with those populations in your communities that need help, that we're struggling to connect with. You'll have less frustration, more trust, and better outcomes and better communication internally and externally. If you're ready to transform how your institution communicates, scroll down and book your training today. Get your seat on this page and let's empower your community with clarity today.